Gail Washington here with Pro Talks. I hope you're having a great Tuesday morning. And this month we're going to be talking about payroll, helpful tips, making it streamlined, giving you peace of mind. And so there's all different kinds of things we're going to be talking about. Today we're going to be talking about some of the basic softwares that'll help you streamline, the types of employees that you should have. And then in the future, we'll also be talking about federal and state taxes and how that can be streamlined for you as well as pastors' housing is a big one. And I've done a lot of lectures on that around the country. And I will be talking about some helpful tips, just some tidbits to help you. And so you can always reach out to us with questions at info@prosupportstaff.com, or you can go to our website, make any kind of comments, whatever. We are here to help you, and we're here to give you peace of mind. So, but anyway, we'll get kicked off today with payroll. What softwares will help you in payroll? First of all, there are all kinds of softwares out there. There are payroll companies that can help you process. We do that here at Pro Support Staff. We'll actually process your payroll, go into the back end, process it on time, do your taxes, all of those things, your W-2s at the end of the year, all of that, and we do it in a very affordable package. So if you're interested in that, reach out to us. We'll be glad to give you a quote or consultation, or maybe even if you just have a question, just give us a call at 865-272-6550 or shoot us an email. So, but today we're going to be talking about different softwares. We use a lot of times QuickBooks Online, very good payroll software. And so what that does is it streamlines things. Listen, if you're not using a payroll software to do your payroll, even if you have 1 or 2 employees, it is so affordable. It is so worth it because it will streamline and make your day so much easier. And you'll know things are done properly and in a timely manner, and it can be electronically done and accepted. You know the IRS got your taxes on time. You know your employee got their check put right into their bank account on time. And so all those things just make peace of mind. And of course, payroll, is subject to the IRS because it is not. I know churches are watching, some nonprofits and small businesses, but churches, you are subject to the 941 tax, just like anybody else, because that is a whole separate thing. It's not separation of church and state on that. It's actually, that's under the IRS rule. So, but just giving you peace of mind, making sure everything's been reported properly. But if you do not have a software that is doing your payroll, you need to give us a call. We can help you. We can walk you through either getting it yourself, or we can give you one of our packages or suggest it to you. But it is definitely the way to go. So, and also with that software comes direct deposit for your employees. Listen, if you are still handwriting checks, that's not that it's anything wrong with that far as the IRS code or illegal about that. But if you really want to see your employees boosted or their morale lifted, do direct deposit. It's so nice for them. Their money hits their bank account right on time. They can go into a portal, an online secure portal, and look at any of their paycheck stubs or their W-2. It calculates all that for them. It is just such a nice feature for your employees. And so I would strongly suggest that you go on direct deposit. Also, you can electronically file your taxes that go with that. So you've got record, you've got acceptance, confirmations from the IRS that they received it. It just really gives you peace of mind that you know everything's been taken care of. So when you get to the end of the year, you're not like, oh, this isn't balanced and what's wrong with this? My W-2 is not right, or my W-3 is not right. All of those kind of things will be streamlined and give you peace of mind. So first thing I would definitely suggest is make sure you get you a payroll software. You might say, well, I only have 1 employee. Well, I have quite a few clients that I do just 1 employee. Very inexpensive and gives them peace of mind, and they're happy. So And that's what we love at Pro Support Staff is happy clients. So, but I just wanted to touch on that because it is well worth it. Even if you are a very small entity or if you're a real big entity, we still can do up to 120 employees, 50 employees. We've gotten all different kinds of clients that we process for. So just to let you know that we do have that feature. But what I really wanted to talk about as well is 3 types of employees, and these will be helpful tips. The first tip is get you a software. Second tip is do direct deposit. It'll change your world. Okay. Third thing is what are the different types of employees? There are 3 types of employees that should be in your church or nonprofit or your business. Either they are full-time, they are part-time, or they are a subcontractor. Now, subcontractor is really not an employee, but I put that on there because I wanted to clarify who qualifies as a subcontractor and who qualifies as a part-time. So we'll go over that. But first of all, I wanted to talk about full-time employees. Full-time employees are 40 hours a week. They can be paid hourly or salary. If they are a salary employee, they should be working anywhere from, I believe they said 53 to 55 hours a week. So you should not be having a salary person working 85 hours a week, okay? I know some of us do that because we volunteer or whatever, but as your employee and as me with telling you the IRS code, that's what you should be doing is anywhere between maybe 55 and 53, 55, and so hours a week. Most salary employees should be administrative people. They should be running something, managing something, and though that makes for a profitable line. Not only does that help them because they don't have to fill out a timesheet, it also streamlines your employees. So maybe your employee that's an hourly person gets moved up to salary and fills a new position, then that's another boost for them. You'd be surprised at the little things, especially dealing with employees and their compensation, what helps them to boost the morale and just have them stay excited about being on your team. So full-time people can be salary or hourly. And of course, it would be 40 hours a week. By the way, if they are a full-time hourly person and they work past 40 hours, you are supposed to be paying them time and a half. So for instance, if someone is making $20 an hour or $10 an hour, let's say $10 an hour, and they work 41 hours, then for that extra hour, you are supposed to pay them $15 an hour instead of 10, time and a half. That's what they mean by that term. So be careful on that because you want to make sure you're within the labor law and the labor regulations on that. And so the next type of employee I want to talk about is a part-time. A part-time employee is usually 20 to 25 hours, usually under 30 hours a week. They usually don't get any benefits. They usually just work on an hourly basis, and usually that doesn't come with vacation pay and those kind of things like full-time would be. And so an hourly person that is part-time would just come in and work and they get paid for what they work. Okay, and so that's pretty cut and dry. Usually a part-time person, like I said, may be working only 20 hours a week in an office, or maybe doing another task that would only take a minimal amount of time. And so then we get to our third type. Our third type is subcontractors. The reason I put this in here is so many people get confused with employees and subcontractors. If you have a person that is working 20 hours a week and they are coming into your entity, for instance, like a part-time teacher or a teacher's aide in a Christian school or a preschool, and they're only coming in working maybe 20 hours a week or 30 hours a week, they are not a 1099 or a subcontractor. They are a part-time employee. if you have someone that comes into your entity, uses your facilities, your equipment, you have them be there at a certain time, leave at a certain time, then they are considered to be an employee. Most people or entities always like 1099s a little bit better because they don't have to pay FICA or Social Security and Medicaid on them. And so they don't have to do Social Security and Med. And so what I was going to say is you cannot 1099 someone or subcontract them if they're using your facility. One of the most common mistakes is substitute teachers. Substitute teachers in Christian schools or higher education are supposed to be part-time employees because you're having them teach a curriculum, you're having them show up into a classroom, you're having them be there at a certain time, and all of those restrictions. A self-employed 1099 subcontractor is self-contained. That means they come in and they bid a project or invoice you or give you a quote for X amount of work, and you pay them by the invoice. That's the way it works. Even if they are just a sole proprietor, or maybe they don't have a full business, but they're coming in and you're paying them directly, but it's an outside project. For instance, if you are in a church and you have maybe a retired church member that comes in and does the lawn every week, and you write him a check every week, and he uses his own equipment, he has his own hours, he can do it anytime he wants to, there's no restrictions except for him to do a good job. And so if that is the case, then he is a true subcontractor. If he comes in and uses all of your equipment, has to be there on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, he is a part-time employee. So make sure you keep those things clear. Very, very important with IRS code. They've gotten very strict on these subcontractors. So I wanted to point that out as just a helpful tip to clarify. So as we move forward in Pro Talks, we'll be talking more about 1099s, the limits on them. Of course, it's only $600 or more. We'll be talking about a whole segment on 1099 subcontractors like honorarium speakers, people coming in, missionaries maybe, or in your nonprofit you might have a guest speaker or someone that comes in and fundraises or whatever the case may be. And so we'll be talking about that later. But today I just wanted to clarify, listen, technology is a wonderful thing. Get you a software that streamlines your payroll, boosts your employees' morale from direct deposit, and then make sure you have the right employees being paid properly and that you're reporting them properly, because that is IRS code and they're very strict about that. A lot of people get in trouble by 1099 or subcontracting someone that should be an employee or vice versa. So anyway, that's just some little tips that I wanted to give you this morning. So I hope that's a help to you. If you need us, we're here. We're passionate about helping you. We're passionate about helping you in your ministry, your church, your nonprofit, or small business. So just give us a call or contact us. Remember, you can go to my website at www.prosupportstaff.com. Give me a call, 865-272-6550, and one of our team members will be glad to help you and answer any of your questions for absolutely no cost. And, be with us next week for Pro Talks, and we're going to be talking about more payrolls. I hope this has been a help to you. That's what our desire is. That's our mission. And until next Tuesday, have a great week.